interest. So as a ruling party, maybe a member of your party is showing some aggression, you may likely compensate him, maybe with a ministerial position or with a contract.
Because APC already have a headway. They already know their
where they are heading to.
Yes,
where they are heading.
Their president and their vice president.
Of course.
So there is no need for any factionalism. Nobody is.
There is faction. Still, there is faction because there are little rumors that even the APC is actually divided into two. The president faction and the vice president faction, because recently, I think
really?
2 to 3
president and the vice president.
Of course,
faction.
yes. 2 to 3 months ago, there was like a Northeastern convention that took place at Gombe, and the supporters of APC were chanting the name of the president without calling the name of the vice president. So they felt like maybe the ruling party is going to drop the vice president and bring another vice presidential candidate so that they can go on a joint ticket. So only God knows what is exactly going on in the ruling party. But as I told you, once if you have the power at the head, the power of incumbency, you can use the power and neutralize everything.
So are you saying INEC is on its right?
INEC is on its right. INEC did not single-handedly stop David Mark because they say that they did what the court said. And we already know judiciary, they are actually among the arm of government that are actually strong. And once they make a verdict, as a citizen of Nigeria, as a patriotic Nigerian, you have to follow it.
You know, I have a lot to say regarding this, but I'm keeping it for my next front page. And it's still on the Tribune, just below. It says, no, this is on the Daily Trust, where on the front page it says, INEC stands fuels opposition suspension claim. This is like a reply from ADC. If ADC are coming out to say that they do not agree with the stance of INEC, every effort to believe that INEC is not working for a political party seems very difficult. Because I feel some people are saying that it is just a pressure from the ruling party.
It's not a pressure from the ruling party because once if I'm not in power, nobody is perfect than I. And people that are from the opposition, especially the opposition politician and the opposition political parties, whatsoever INEC did, they will say that INEC are dancing to the tune of the ruling party because the appointment of the INEC chairman is being made by the president. And with the way things are going in Nigeria, it may be very difficult to bite the finger that feeds you, or to bite the hand that feeds you.
So this is about loyalty.
It's all about loyalty, and you know sometimes loyalty always comes with a reward. So they are actually feeling like maybe the INEC is dancing to the tune of the executive. And
so Abaka, loyalty comes with a reward, but should that be the case here? Should that be how politics is run?
Ideally, politics is all about service. Politics is all about sacrifice.
Service to which people?
To the public.
Or among themselves?
To the public. But when you look at most of the third world and developing countries, politics is all about self-aggrandizement, self-enrichment. In a situation whereby the country, most of the citizens are battling, they are living from hand to mouth, but you look at some politicians are actually having humongous and flamboyant salaries, while other people are actually dying.
It's so unfortunate. We will be repeating the Tribune again. Here just below it says Tinubu visit Jos today, postpone Ogo trip. I saw a further message regarding this that Tinubu just stayed at the airport and did not go to the actual state where he went for the visit.
Well, everything is possible in Nigeria. One of our colleagues is calling Nigeria Dajin Allah. Like Nigeria is a desert of Almighty. Because in Nigeria we have seen a situation whereby people are alleging that a snake has actually swallowed a huge amount of money. So, but as a president to make that declaration, because I even saw Bayo Onanuga made that statement that the president is going to visit Jos, I just felt like maybe it's just a social media fabrication.
It is not about making statements. We don't want camouflage actions. We want you going down to the grassroots to meet these people. Maybe somewhere in your conscience you feel pity for them and take action.
Of course, President initiating this visit to Plateau is a welcome development. At least if people are telling you,
if he actually visited.
If he actually visit. Because some people may everything is going on, so definitely the president being there, he will actually see the first-hand information of what is exactly going on with the people, because the president, he is the #1 citizen and he is actually ruling the entire country, 774 local government, 36 states, with the nation's capital. So it's a welcome development, and I believe the president will continue to engage. And I want to talk from the political aspect. I felt like maybe with the way president postponed his trip to Ogun State, I don't want to feel that maybe the president is trying to use it as a political tool in order to win the heart of the masses, because a lot of insecurities, a lot of attacks has happened in places like Maiduguri, in places like Katsina, in places like Zamfara, and even places like Kaduna, because from Kaduna to Abuja is not far.
To me, it's funny how it needed to make the headline that he forfeited going to Ogun State because he's going to just means he's going to just. You don't have to come and say he's forfeiting going to Ogun State because he's going to just. There are priorities. We're talking about the lives of people, dead members, family, and you needed to come and say he's forfeiting going to Ogun State because it's going to. And at the end of the day, it's just a camouflage announcement that, and
well, let me reiterate to you, as I told you, I think in one of our conversation, I told you it is the duty and responsibility of every responsible government to protect the life, interest, property, and even welfareism of its citizens.
Absolutely.
So the president doing that, I felt maybe the president is having the masses at his heart, and I believe if he go there and he see the situation, the president may likely take a decisive measures.
My thought exactly.
Will take a decisive measures and bring a long-lasting peace. Nevertheless, I want to urge our lawmakers and call on the citizen that it is high time for us to start practicing fiscal federalism, because Nigeria is a federal state. We are practicing federalism, but our federalism is a feeding bottom federalism. What I mean by feeding bottom federalism is the resources are being extracted from the local, taking it to the central government, then the central government are remitting some little amount of money to the locals in order to do some things. But in a situation whereby you are practicing a fiscal federalism like America, it is the local government, or it is the government at the grassroots level, that they will extract the revenue, the resources, and give it to the federal government. By doing that, having money and having funds in hand, it will be able to address the menace of insecurity in the society. And I believe by doing that, Nigerians will also sleep with their two eyes closed, and the issue of insecurity will be addressed. And there is no way you can address the issue of insecurity without addressing the issue of illiteracy, poverty, illiteracy, and lack of patriotism.
In as much as I would like to continue this conversation with you, I hope the security issue in Nigeria gets the solution it deserves, really. And we'll be drawing the curtain on on paper review as we move on to political arena after the short break.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Political Arena with me, Abubakar Traki, and I'm here with my guest,
Ibrahim Suleiman Habibu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you for joining us. So, as a politician and as a member of ADC, it seems like that political party is getting momentum with the way the party is actually accommodating many people are trooping into that. Recently, we have seen Senator Rabiu Musa Konkoso coming back to that party, and Nasiru Gauna coming back to that party. Does this thing sound to you as a surprise, or it was just a long-term plan?
Not at all. Not at all. If you look at the people that comes together right from the beginning of the ADC, right from the inception of ADC, you will know that those are the kind of people that know what they're doing actually. And you know definitely their own homework will not just go like that. There will definitely be a result for it. So it's not a surprise. It's like a result of a very hard work being put by some people like Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the national chairman of the party, Senator David Mark. We have people like Rauf Aregbesola, which all of them are very people of high intellect and they're very good and they know the terrain of the politics in Nigeria. So it's not a surprise, actually. I know more are coming, and you will be kind of more surprised in the coming days.
With the caliber of the likes of
Peter Obi.
Malan Nasir, the likes of Peter Obi.
Exactly.
Don't you think that this is going to be a setback to that political party, because most of them want to clinch the presidential ticket to that political party? How are you planning to resolve that internal conflict in your political party?
Well, actually, this is democracy. And in democracy, everybody has a right to contest for a political office for as much as he meets with the requirements that is needed for one to participate or to contest or to aspire. So definitely all of them are very good aspirant or good candidates, that each and every one of them is being presented or will be presented for the general election. None of them will lose election against this incumbent president, actually. So I'm pretty confident about all of them, and I'm pretty sure we have a kind of an internal democracy put in place to make sure that there will be free, fair, and credible primaries in the ADC, and whoever emerges as the candidate of the party, all of us will rally around him, and then we'll kind of drive him to victory.
Okay. So is there any plans that ADC is doing in order to counter the power of incumbency?
Well, Nigeria is the biggest democracy in Africa, and the whole world is watching, and the whole of Africa is looking up to Nigeria. So definitely, even the president himself knows that there are many people looking up to him as a leader, as a number one leader in Africa, and definitely he's going to do the right thing. You do not need to kind of set up some armies to win an election. All you need is the people, and definitely the masses are with the ADC. The people are not happy. So many things are happening. Many of us were members of the APC before, and we left because we realized that things are going south, and this is not actually the basis upon which the APC was being formed to. We come together just like the way we are doing right now, come together to fight the PDP back in 2015. And you can bear me witness that in the 2015, many of these people that are now kind of withdraw from the APC to the ADC were there, but they realized that we're kind of deviating from the kind of the master plan of the APC. So we must have to bring something or an alternative to the APC, which I think the ADC is the alternative right now. And definitely the ADC is going to learn from the mistakes of the APC. So I'm pretty sure we're going to kind of win the election. And I am pretty sure the president himself would accept defeat and congratulate our candidate in the next general election.
That is your word, and that is your own projection.
Exactly.
Atiku Abubakar, Amechi, Rabi Musa Konkoso, what is the fate of ADC?
Well, all of them are key parties within our own fold, and they have a role to play in the next general election. Like I told you earlier, all of them are going to vie for the seats. They're going to kind of contest for the primaries of the ADC. And like I told you, from many of them, whoever won the primaries, we're going to rally behind him, and all of them will kind of bring on board their kind of experience, their people, their support, and whatever it takes to make sure that we defeated the APC in the next general election.
There's a gentleman agreement. We have been seeing this since the inception of democracy. And even it's applicable in the whole of the United States. So as a member of ADC, is there any plan to zone the presidential ticket out, or you're taking it back to the north? Well,
zoning the presidential candidates to the south or leaving it in the north or whatever, I don't think is democratic. It's undemocratic. It's just a kind of a gentleman agreement, just like you said. So a gentleman agreement is a gentleman agreement, but democracy is democracy. And there are some certain rules in democracy that you can kind of, unless if you come together and agree that we can. But in ADC, what we're trying to do is to kind of restraighten the democracy of Nigeria.
How?
If you will ask me, as a northern Nigerian, a House of Fulani man from Plateau State, do I want the presidential ticket to go to the south, or do I want the north to take the ticket? I will tell you that in my own opinion, I would like the ticket to go to the south, and to the south, most preferably to the southeast. But whoever whoever won or gets the election or get the primaries in the ADC, I will work effortlessly to make sure that he kind of clinch to the presidential seat.
Okay, let's delve into youth participation in politics. And if we go back to history, the likes of Murtala and the likes of Sani Abacha and many more, most of them ruled this country in their early 30s.
30s, exactly.
Some of them in their late 20s. And looking at our contemporary youth, because most of our youth are eager to venture into active politics without any preparation, without any blueprint. What can you say about that?
Well, I've been saying this for a very long time. Like, I want to use the word of my mentor, Madam Nasru Ahmed El-Rufai. There was a very event he was attending at the Chatham House, I think somewhere around 2022, that he was saying that politics is not something that, or political office is not something that somebody will just call you and say, okay, Tunde, come and pick, or Ola or Tanko, come and pick. No, it's just like farming, that one has to get into it, get dirty, learn in the process, put more effort to it, sow back and all that before you can kind of reap a harvest, a bountiful harvest. So politics is like that. You need to come in, get mentored, like the way others were being mentored. We know how many of these politicians have been mentored in the past, and now is their own time. And our people are kind of lazy. They just want to our young people, let me put it this way, are kind of lazy, I'm sorry to say. They just want to jump into the system and be governor. You can't just come without any experience and be governor. I would really like to see young people kind of coming up, participating from maybe the State House of Assembly, the House of Reps. When you get to some point that you gathered some experience, then you kind of vie for the seat of the governor. It's good for somebody at the age of 45, 46, 47 to 50 to vie for the seat of the governor. But at the age of 30-something, seeking for the seat of the governor, it hardly happens, even in the US, where we are learning the democracy from, or we're looking up to democratically. But coming...
In a nutshell, we're running out of time. In a nutshell, ahead of 2027, what are your call to the youth in ensuring stable democracy, free, fair, and
credible
elections?
I've been calling on the youth, and I'll keep calling like I told you, or let me see it. Like currently, I'm contesting for the seat of the National Youth Leader of the ADC.
You're willing to catch the bull by the horn.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that it takes the responsibility of the youth, and only the responsibility of the youth, to ensure credible, free, fair, and credible election in Nigeria. Because most of these manipulations that are happening in our elections is the youth that do all this. It's the youth that participate in the think tank, come up with the architecture, the framework on how to manipulate the elections. It's the youth that will be sent as foot soldiers to kind of go and, and all those kind of things is the youth that do.
For you to have more political orientation.
Orientation, and yes, and focus. And focus, exactly.
Well, thank you so much. That has been Political Arena.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, Alabaka.
And we look
Thank you very much.
Well, that is all we have for today's package of Political Arena. Thank you for staying with us, and stay next for our own S24 report and the commentary. Thank you.
The leaders should not continue collecting huge salaries while the people that voted them into power they're suffering. People are living in this thing called economic hardship. Their roles are important, yes, but they don't work for those salaries.
I think I don't have to question that they are doing their work, and when you work, you have to be paid. But actually, what I should think that we should be clamoring for is, are they working for why we voted them? Are they representing us the way we want? So you have to question me, am I actually doing the right thing that my people sent me to represent them?
It's not worth it, because every year they change their convoys, every month they receive huge salaries, and then there are people collecting less than minimum wage. In my opinion, they should not be given more salary, and their fat salary should even be cut.
If we are saying that our leaders should enforce change, how do they enforce a change that they can't even relate to? They don't understand the struggle of the citizen. I'm not saying that their pay should be downgraded and but I feel like they need to be more accountable, so that even if they get to be paid huge sum of amount, it's justifiable, right? How do you explain that citizens have to manage health sectors that are not functional? But then our leaders, for every time they have to treat themselves, they travel abroad. Now, they would never understand the need for a functional healthcare facility if they've never used it before.
As a leader, you should ask yourself this: if I am there for the people, am I supposed to eat when my people haven't eaten? So it's more like a question. As a leader, you are supposed to make sure people have eaten first before you get to eat. So in more essence, our leaders are not supposed to pay themselves salary as long as people are still suffering.
What can be done to revive patriotism among Nigerians? Patriotism flourishes when citizens trust their country and the people who lead it. In Nigeria, reviving patriotism begins with accountable and transparent leadership. When leaders respect the rule of law, act with integrity, and prioritize public interest over personal gain, citizens are more likely to feel the sense of loyalty and commitment to the nation. Civic education is crucial. Nigerians need continuous awareness of their rights and responsibilities as citizens, as well as the importance of active participation in governance and politics, not only during elections, but in everyday civic engagement. An informed citizenry is more likely to care about national development rather than non-informed citizens. Economic inclusion played a significant role as well. Access to job, security, education, and basic social service give people a sense of belonging and hope. When citizens feel economically empowered and protected, national pride grows naturally. Equally important is the promotion of unity over division. Ethnic and religious tension and emphasizing shared national values can help Nigerians see themselves first as citizens of one country rather than members of separate groups. Ultimately, patriotism cannot be forced or demanded. It is earned through justice, equity, accountability, good governance, inclusion, and a genuine belief that the future belongs to all Nigerians.
Welcome back from that documentary. Now to technology, innovation, and the digital world with me, Aisha Magaji. Here's what's shaping ICT from Nigeria to the global stage. Nigeria targets AI talent and startup with Unipods rollout in universities. Nigeria is taking a bold step into future of artificial intelligence with the rollout of Unipods across universities, an initiative designed to train hundreds of thousands of young Nigerians in AI and digital skill. The program is expected to power a new generation of startups, positioning Nigeria as a key player in global tech ecosystem. And as the country pushes forward the digital skill development, And as the country pushes forward with digital skill development, National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, calls for joint action to drive digital innovation. The agency is urging stronger collaboration between government, private sector, and innovators to accelerate Nigeria's transition into a fully digital economy with innovation at its core. Meanwhile, attention is also turning to financial system. Banks are being directed to strengthen data readiness for regulatory stress tests. Nigeria's financial sector is entering a new phase of data-driven oversight, with institutions now required to improve data systems to meet evolving regulatory standards. Analysts say this marks a shift towards smarter, more resilient banking operations. In infrastructure, investments continues to strengthen the digital backbone. Equinix invests $22 million in Lagos data center expansion. The investment is set to boost Nigeria's digital infrastructure, enhancing cloud capacity, improving connectivity, and reinforcing Lagos as a regional tech hub. And in the startup ecosystem, FinCode launches to power next-generation fintech infrastructure. After years of fruitiveness, FinCode has officially entered the market, aiming to support fintech innovation across Nigeria and Africa at a time when the sector is becoming more competitive and structured. the sector is becoming more competitive and structured. Now, beyond Nigeria and across the continent, Ghana enables payment using national ID cards. In a major step towards financial inclusion, Ghana is integrating its national ID system into everyday financial transactions. The move is expected to expand access and accelerate the continent's shift towards digital payments. And as the digital adoption grows, policy alignment is becoming critical. Microsoft calls unified data governance across Africa. The tech giant says Africa must break down data silos and adopt coordinated policies across borders to unlock the full potentials of artificial intelligence in the continent. And finally, a major shift in how artificial intelligence is evolving. Artificial intelligence evolved from chatbots to autonomous agent system. Technology is entering a new phase where AI is no longer just responding to users, but actively making decisions and carrying out tasks independently. Experts say this could redefine how people work, interact, and rely on digital systems. And that is it for ICT World. Martha is on standby with entertainment updates.
Welcome to Entertainment News. First, happy news for fans of Nigerian music couple Simi and Adekunle Gold as they welcome their second child. Simi shared the joyful moment on Instagram, captioning, "God bless my little family, #mommy-of-2. Fans and celebrities quickly flooded the comment section, many referencing her hit single song, Duduke, to celebrate. From family joy to industry insights, Omale has described the Nigerian music industry scene as full of egos. On the Nado Leaks podcast, he shared that his small circle of friends understands him and supports his journey. While he admits to having a big ego, he stresses that humility is key for growth. Next is legendary singer Two-Face Idibia, aka Tubaba, says Nigeria is better off than many years ago. On Wazobia TV, he reflected on his classic "E Be Like Say," nothing progress despite ongoing challenges. He also calls himself a self-ambassador of Nigeria, pledging to continue contributing to national developments. And from Nigeria to the world stage, we have Celine Dion, who is making a powerful comeback after years away due to health challenges. In a birthday video, the 50-year-old announced concert in Paris from September 12th to October 14th, 2026. She expressed gratitude to fans and excitement about performing again, even sharing that she can do a little bit of dancing. Her return follows a break after being diagnosed with stiff person syndrome in 2022. And that's it for today's entertainment news. Up next is Sadiqat Yusuf after the break for sports news.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you, Martha. Now to the sport news. Real Madrid vs Chelsea. European giants clash to sign Nigerian team defender Ernest Ahano. Top European clubs Real Madrid and Chelsea are reportedly preparing to compete for the signing of Nigerian eligible teenage defender Ernest Ahano, as elite sides seek to secure one of Europe's most promising young defensive talents. Ahano, highly regarded for his potential at the back, has emerged as a priority target, with both clubs expected to engage in a bidding war to secure his services. While Bayern Munich had previously been linked to young talents across Europe, the current race for Ahano is focused on Real Madrid and Chelsea. Meanwhile, Nigeria's Super Eagles have held steady at 26th in the latest FIFA Men's World Rankings, maintaining their position from the March standings, Africa's third-ranked team, behind Morocco 8th and Senegal 14th. The Eagles' global and continental positions remain unchanged despite recent international friendlies. The next FIFA Men's World Rankings will be published on 10 June 2026, ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America, which Nigeria will miss despite the expanded 48-team format. Meanwhile, Iran and Jordan dropped to 21st and 63rd in the April rankings, highlighting Nigeria's relative consistency against competitive opposition. In Africa, Morocco leads the continental rankings, followed by Senegal, Nigeria, Algeria, and Egypt. Cote d'Ivoire, Tunisia, Cameroon, Congo DR, and Mali complete the continent's top 10. Globally, France reclaimed the top spot, overtaking Spain second and Argentina third. Following two recent friendly victories, France returns to the summit for the first time since September 2018. On international sport news, Trabzonspor striker Paul Onuachu is set to target his first goal against Galatasaray when the two sides clash at Papara Park on Sunday as the Turkish Super League resumes following the international break. The Nigerian forward has been in sensational form this season, scoring 21 goals and providing 2 assists in 24 league appearances since joining Trabzonspor from Southampton last summer. His prolific run places him atop the Super League scoring chart, ahead of stars like Victor Osimhen, Mauro Icardi, among others. That's your sports update for today. Up next is our S24 PG News with Hadiza Galadima.
My people, now welcome back from that break, and we now welcome to the Tori segment on S24 Rundown. And at the news we hot for town today, we carry come for now. We start with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we don't cancel in Waka to Ogun State. Instead, in they prepare to enter just personally, go sympathize with people who lose their loved ones for the wicked attack we happen for Angwan-Rukuba district. The president will first meet with Governor Caleb Mufwang for Presidential Villa to talk about how the security matter for Plateau takes spoil reach. Like this, Nigeria has carried on send heavy-duty mobile force and tactical teams go the state to make sure say everywhere cooler before the president reach there to go console the community. And on top election matter, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, don't talk say they don't recognize any leader for the African Democratic Congress, it will be ADC for now. This one they happen because of the big way they caught between the two different groups where they fight for power. The Court of Appeal don't tell everybody say make them stay one place till they finish the case because of the different letters where they come from different people like David Mark and Nafiu Balagombe. INEC say then go stay for middle because they no go follow anybody talk or join any of their party activities for now. Still on top ADC matter, now so they don't sharply reject the move where INEC make. They said the decision no follow constitution and politics that they play. The party claims say federal government they try scatter them and they don't pressure INEC make them for do wetin them do. And on top Nigeria military matter, family members of some Nigeria military officers where them lock up for don't carry placard go National Assembly for peaceful protest. The protesters, mostly wives and children, they beg make government make them see their people or give them quick trial. Them say some of these officers don't they serve for more than 6 months without any lawyer or trial, and their children don't really miss their papa. The family say this one a total overtaking of human rights. And on top of Bodo-Ibo matter, Russia don't show say they don't ready to help settle the fight where they happen for the Middle East. President Vladimir Putin don't they follow leaders for that side talk to see how peace go reign for Iran. The Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov don't talk say peace no fit come if they no sit down talk. He even suggests Trump and NATO with bad eye as they see NATO as enemies. That's now how we take wrap up our Obunge Tori segments with the Shene for Nigeria and the world on top S24 Rundown. My name is Hadiza and I will hand over to my Hadiza Zainab with the here with me. My people gonna buy Zainab. I leave my people for your hand.
Thank you well, Hadiza, for this story. It sweets me well. Thank you so much, Hadiza Galadima. And this is how we round it up on S24 Rundown. Please do join us tomorrow same time as you follow us on all social media platforms at S24 Television. My name remains Zainab Ibrahim.